mean, he gonna have to, he gonna have to go bench. He gonna need some 45, maybe. Down. Like that's what it's gonna take in order to win. And you have to go bench. You gonna need some 45, maybe. That's right. He's gonna think of it. Yeah. I think he got more scores now than what he had. But look, go here with the guys that rebound the ball. They can rebound the ball and here. I mean, that's not going to tear it out. Tear it out. I think that you look for the play to tear it out. You go get it up, Red. You get it back. You get it off this rebound and stuff it back. But I'm not running the set for it back. Just like you didn't run sets for Rudy Gobert. So I think for me, if Devin Booker and Hunter are a little bit more aggressive and get more, I mean, Hunter with 8 shots. Mobley and Hunter had one dual shot by Trump.
Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas. Tonight at DKR, Bevo and the Horns ready for another home opener. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns ready to get this thing started and open the season. And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll leave it with him. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Looking downfield, it's Fuentes. And that pass intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up today. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. He's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Also great.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Now on the move. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practiced that all week.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this way.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Snags it over the middle. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterbacks. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw, great game.
The Buckeyes will keep this drive going.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got a man. It's Graham. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Goes to the option. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have...
Trying to burn this defensive back. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Defense is a lot about communication. Multiple wide receivers on the same side. I got to understand if this guy's going in, this guy's coming out. Not a good job by the defense with communication there.
To throw, it's Fuentes. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The AT unit on the field. And it's perfect. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Going up top on 1st down. He fires to the left side. They've got it down with the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Out of the gun. The running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
They've already converted a fourth down here in the first quarter, and they'll try it again. Showing the arm strength to the left. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining, I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that route.
Inside the 30. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to add another to their lead.
Now, you got to think about it. That's Rudy, that's the big. He's trying to be big. And that's why I played.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to keep chasing and keep defending. When you got scrambling QBs that get outside the pocket, you got to keep defending down the field and keep coverage on the wide receivers. And a good job with pursuit drill, running them down, making them run out of bounds, and that counts. And
he caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas. He'll try to tack on one more. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter.
Pick him up, just don't give him nothing. Man, I'm watching. When I be watching the game, they take step out the game, they keep playing for home court. And man, if he stay there, man,
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Fuentes. Using the quick game. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Looking to buy time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Buckeyes racing to the line in a hurry-up. Quick release by the QB. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the returner is stopped. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football.
Fires toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
He'll try to do it himself.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
He'll pull it on the read. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! Well, we've Scott, offenses just flat getting it done. I wonder how the defenses are going to counter all of this firepower.
They are too, Reese. They're wondering how they're going to counter this offense. As you've seen the explosion, it's so hard, so much speed, and such effort like that. Offense is just like a upper hand.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Stanford managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. And they'll savor this one in Palo Alto for some time, no matter the final score. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
When you're a defense, you got to stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. Right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Looking for a man. It's Fuentes. He lets it fly. And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. The 30. The 20. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Almost took that one all the way back.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong. And I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up. And usually, they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third. Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Finished off with the quarterback sneak. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Oh, shit. So he got amnesia.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think we can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got his man quickly. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
Well, they picked up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on a ton. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They're bringing heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting us set.
Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Dropping back, it's Fuentes. He unleashes a long one. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
I think he's going to be pretty much everything.
Looking for a huge play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like he did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Trying to get to him. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw a football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
Looking to throw on 3rd. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Motion from the offense. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
This is what I'm talking about. That's the step that I was talking about.
Coming after him. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Fuentes. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got his man in the middle. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hudson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
In some sense, you can kind of see him moving the national level. You can kind of see him.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D-linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. To the air, it's Fuentes. Forced out of the pocket. He makes the connection. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. They're trying to get to it. Makes the grab. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Wisconsin was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Camp Randall. In fact, I think in the end the difference may have been that Badgers crowd who heads for the gates with the win. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home thinking it's wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you can tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys. You see open space, and boom, he's gone.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. He'll pull it down. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
It's so difficult when you're running a pass play, but really it becomes a run because he can do that. The quarterback can scramble around. Receivers are running down the field. I got to cover him and run down the field. Now I got to come try to catch this guy who's flying downhill so fast.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anymore.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Texas offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his tight end. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against it. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
They'll throw it on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one in the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Not a ton of play calls for third in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys can even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Decibels rising as as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
When you got third and this long, everybody knows what's coming. It's going to be a pass. Defensive linemen get to tee off. They know exactly what's coming. Go get the quarterback. It is your dream. That is what you live for. It's what you practice in the offseason for. I want sacks just like that.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's caught inside the 25. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Touchdown, Ohio State. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the big fella in the end zone. He's going to find a hole. He's going to find an opening. That guy's, you got to trust him. And I'm going to throw it up and let him make a play like he did right there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Dropping back, it's Reed. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Right down the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. You saw it on that one.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that foot.
He's going up top. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And after the interception, the nifty return gets it back inside the 45-yard line.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he missed it. No good. And the mark.
Having quarterbacks go up and explain plays. There are a lot of people out there that play the game of football, but they can go to these meetings and these interviews and ace. They can point out every mistake. They can do everything right. And you turn on the film, they sorry for the motherfucker. They sorry as hell. Can't play a lick of ball, but they're great in the film room. They're great in, and they come to drawing a play when it's time to play where it actually happens.
7 after the miss, guys. And here come the Horns. They got it again on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on. Maybe
a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Back to throw, it's Manning. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Butler. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. On the move. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He looks that one in nicely. Touchdown, Texas! What a grab and go for the score. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Kent State pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there inside Dick's Stadium. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Back to pass, it's Manning. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. You already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Looking left. He makes the catch. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30-plus.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating.
Going deep. Oh, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. They're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Fuentes. Going to try to get it himself. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the 4th quarter. We've got an opportunity, 1 possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Cherry. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. Sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Looking for room at the 30s. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
And the Buckeyes will try to run out the clock in this final minute. Here comes the option. Bulls his way forward.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Trying to make magic. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. And that is how we will wrap this one up. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the game, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they need to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.